What's going on? Carl Carswell here at Damage Hitter. It's about time for the Monday morning mentality, but I've been on rants lately, so I'm going on a rant today. Today's rant at Damage Hitter is about grinding and grinders. It seems to me in this day and age, everybody's a grinder. Everybody's grinding. Everybody's out there doing so much. And that, you know how you know? Not because we see guys doing so much work. Not because everywhere we go, guys are throwing and playing catch and taking ground balls and hitting and running 40s and 60s and lifting weights and eating great. We know because if you get on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, if you're on your Snapchat, they'll tell you that they're grinding. They can't wait to show you and tell you how much of a grinder they are. Guys, gals, parents, coaches, if you're really grinding, you don't have time to tell everybody else how much you're grinding. There's not enough time in the day for all the things you have to do. You're not a grinder. Just make sure you stay with me here. You're not a grinder if you're on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Xbox, and or PlayStation for more than an hour a day. If you have enough time to do that 7 days a week for more than an hour, you're not grinding. You add in your text messages to that. You're not grinding if you have enough time to do that. Here's what a grinder does. This is a baseball player or a softball player who's a grinder. They understand this. I have to be a good runner. I have to be a good thrower. I have to be a good defender, which means I got to be able to handle ground balls and fly balls from my position. If I'm a catcher, I have to be able to block. I have to be able to call pitches. I have to be able to frame them up. I have to be able to make my pitcher feel good, right? I have to get their mind mentally right. If I'm an infielder, I got to be able to take routine ground balls. I got to be able to take ground balls to my left. I got to be able to take ground balls to my right. I got to have a good drop step to get to the fly ball. I got to be able to get deep on the pop flies in the outfield until I know they're going to catch them. I got to be able to point them out. I got to have enough arm strength to throw across the diamond all the way. I got to have enough quickness to get it out quick so I don't have to use all my arm strength. I could go on and on and on and on and on about baseball needs for a grinder. And I still haven't even gotten halfway. Because you know what else you need to have? You need to make sure you got your nutrition together. Because if you're fit, then you're ready to go. So that'd be like me telling you I'm a grinding out my nutrition goals and I'm fat and I ain't broke a sweat in a month. You know what? Both of those are true. I'm eating great. I'm having a great time, but I'm not grinding at the nutrition thing. I'm not even coming close to grinding. I'm not prepping meals. I'm not getting on the cardio every morning. I'm not lifting in the HITT program, the HIT program. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just eating well, and I'm taking my time, and I'm loving it. Good for me. I'm happy. But I can't get on here and tell you I'm grinding, and you can't get on here and tell me you're grinding. There's no reason for you to talk if you're grinding. If you're grinding, people are going to see that you're better. They're going to come and say, man, your bat speed's getting better. What have you been doing? Man, your body looks great. What have you been doing? Man, I saw you taking ground balls today. Man, he looks great. You know what they'll say about you if you're grinding? Man, every time I see that guy, every time I see that gal, he's got his glove with him or his bat. He's got a ball with him. He's on the field. Man, every time I see him, he's in the weight room. Man, you know, I got to school at 5:30. That's what teachers say about you. I got to school at 5:30. His car was already in the lot. He had already gotten in the weight room somehow. I went over to Lifetime Fitness. I was getting my morning old man teacher's jog on. And dude was already there. That's what grinders do. Grinders are seen. They're not heard. They're not heard, right? If you're saying to me, man, I'm a grinder, then you're fishing for a compliment. You don't need to fish for a compliment. What you need to do is identify the places where you're weak, your game, your mentality, where it's weak, and then go get to work on it nonstop. Guaranteed, people will recognize that. Then the next thing you do is identify the places where you're strong. And say, hey, when I'm working on these things that are weak, these places where I'm strong are not going to fall off. And some of them I'm going to make sure improve. I'm going to get better there too. We don't need to tell people we're grinding. We don't need to tell people what time we get up. We don't need to tell people what time we go to bed. We don't need to tell people what our batting average was. We don't need to tell people anything with our mouth. We got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. When you get out there and get ready to go with your body. Observe what's going on. Listen to what they have to say, and then go play with your feet and your heart. You guys got this, man. You can make this happen. But this deal where you get on social media and you act like everybody else, Guys, players aren't everybody else. Players aren't everybody else. We, normal human beings, don't get to act like guys on TV. And many of those guys don't deserve to act like that. Because you see it here and there doesn't mean that's the way it's supposed to be. The way it's supposed to be is we're supposed to lock it in and give our best effort with our feet, our body, our mind, our mentality, every single day, no matter what. When it's good, appreciate you. When it's bad, appreciate you. And I'm going to finish it with this. Every time I talk to my players, I tell them, man, you're going to be at the next level. You're going to go from 3rd grade to 4th grade. You're going to go from 8th grade to 9th grade. You're going to go from C team to JV. You're going to go from JV to varsity. You're going to go from varsity to college freshman. You're going to go from college freshman to sophomore, sophomore to junior, junior to senior. You're going to go from rookie ball to A, from A to high A, from high A to double A, from double A to the big leagues. You're going to go from hanging out in AAA for a long time to the big leagues for one reason. There's only one reason you guys are going to go. One reason. Here it is. When you're terrible, when you're the worst you've ever been, when you haven't had a hit in a month, you haven't been able to throw a strike in 3 outings, the guys on the bench, when you get there, still want to be around you. That's why you're going to stick at the next level. Not because you're an all-star player, not because you're so good, you're better than everybody else, not because you just have this aura about you and everybody just can't wait to play baseball or softball with you. It's because when you're terrible, you're still a good dude. You're still a good gal. You're still a good person. When you're god-awful, haven't been able to play at all, people still want to be around you. That's why you're going to get to the next level. Because you come into the clubhouse the next morning, you got a smile, you're pleasant, you're like, hey man, how you doing? Good to see you, man, how's the kids? Hey coach, good to see you, how was dinner last night? Yep, I'm getting ready, man, I'll be over here, getting your stretch on time, early, stretching, rolling out, having your mobility ready, grinding through another day. And they don't have to hear about it when they get home. Man, he was a jerk. Man, why is that guy such a turd? Man, did you see his Twitter? You see his Instagram? See his Snapchat? No, I didn't see it. I'm not watching your crap because I'm too busy working on my own stuff. Not grinding, but just working. So enough of this rant, man. Get to grinding. Don't talk about grinding. Get grinding. When in doubt, hit it out.